like.
Okay. Right.
Like a weatherman. You know what I mean? Because they always have the.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Because it shows it moves. It's basically a presentation.
Yeah, it is. It's just a.
Weather here.
It's all going to rain in Swindon. Okay, we're ready.
Yeah.
So 4.5 minutes. After 4.5 minutes, you hear a bleep. You have 30 seconds afterwards to wrap up anything you're talking about, and then I'll ask questions at the end. So off you go.
Hi, my name is Luke Stockwell, and my advertising campaign is Pop Figures by the company of FUNKO. The release date for my advertising campaign is going to be in Easter. The advert will be the second advert out of 3 campaigns. Release date from the advert will be March 30th to April 20th. And after that is done, there'll be another advert carrying on to from April 20th. It'll be shown on TV and in cinemas in the UK only. It will also the advert is going to be all around about investments and cost. So how what the pop figures are there'll be investments. So that's what the advert says, and there'll be also how cheap they are and how good they are for what make they are, what they're made out of. One of the great many things is obviously the affordability and the quality of the product as well. It's very well made, super hardy, and it won't break. Also, like I said, pop figures is also a future investment that a lot of people would like to buy in for, because they're popular now, but in 30 years time, 50 years time, they'll be very valuable when they're older. So the synopsis of the advert is a man is at an auction. He's trying to buy a collectible for himself. He doesn't really know what collectible he wants to get. Then the auctioneer comes out and brings in an item of a very rare pop figure. He doesn't really know what a pop figure is, so he starts bidding like crazy. He starts having a bidding war for someone else, an old lady. He wins the bidding war, and he's very happy with what he bought, even though he doesn't know what it is. He walks out of the auction and starts walking down the street looking at his pop figure. While he's walking down the street looking at his pop figure, another person comes towards him and bumps into him with the same pop figure in his hands. When they both bump into each other, they both notice that they both got the same pop figure. The person from the auction asked the other person that he bumped into, how come you got my pop figure, the rare one that I just bought? He's like, oh, this one. And then he says that he's bought this one from the FUNKO website for a certain price, which is a lot lower than the price that he got it for, and also tells the man that he's doing it for an investment sake because he knows they're going to be valuable later on. And at the end of the advert, the man had spent all this money on his pop figure, and even they didn't know what it was, and he got told that it could have got cheaper somewhere else. He shouts to the sky going, "No!" And that'll be the end of the advert, basically. Advertising the investments, the costs, and the general nice, well-spent products that is the FUNKO product, pop figures. There's the main person who buys the pop figure at the auction. He's a bit stupid. He doesn't really know doesn't really know about collectibles, but he wants to get one. That's all he knows. He bumps into the person and he finds out that he got it cheaper. He's a smart man that bought the pop figure online at the website, knowing that it's a real version as well, and explains to the man about the investment he went through and how cheap it is to get one. Auctioneer. He's the auctioneer. So we actually know what it's called and what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then there's the old lady for sort of comic effects in the film that she knows that what it. She knows that he doesn't know that he doesn't know that what it is. So she like riles him up and tries to over for it. Key scenes. Key scene 1, auction house, where main person is the main person sits down. He's waiting for his next item he's looking for, and then the pot figure gets announced, and he starts to have a bidding war with someone. Key scene 2, main person bids a lot of money to buy a pot figure. Then he, without knowing what it is, and then he grabs his prize and leaves the auction house. And then the final scene, the final key scene, the main person walking down the street, wondering what he bought, looking at his pot figure. Then another person who's doing the same with his pot figure, both bump into each other, and the main person tells the other person tells the main person that you can get this pot figure from this website, and you get it for a lot cheaper, and you can also get it for an investment's sake, like he did, and explains to him why he did it. Then obviously he shouts no in the sky. Here's my filming production schedule. So day 1, 5th of the 2nd, 18, I'll be filming at New College in Old Town. Old Town mainly for the outside shots, so that last scene with him walking down the street and him bumping into each other, a couple outside shots of the auctioneering place. And in New College, I was going to try and convert a room to look like an auctioneering place with a bunch of people in a room, and make it like an empty room and make it look like a proper set, as well as nice lighting and stuff which I can get from New College. We'll be filming at 11 AM to 1 PM for New College, and then for Old Town, and then for New College 2 PM to 3:30 PM. We'll be using a lot of lighting, and using the tripod camera as well. We've got 2 pop figures as props, obviously clothes, a gavel, and some bidding tickets, which are the ones they put up for when you're bidding. Day 2 would be anything we've missed on day 1, basically. So there'll be any reshoots, any more added scenes, longer scenes, any scenes we need to feel like we need to do again, just in case, or just general some outside shots or different angles we can do different scenes in. Same thing with the lighting. We have lighting, tripod camera. We have 2 pop figures because they're in the advert, clothes, gavel, and a bidding ticket. And that'll be in mostly Old Town and New College as well. So 12 PM to 2 PM, 2 PM to 3:30. That's our production plan. Have you got any questions?
Good. Thank you, Luke. That's good. To start with, I think really good understanding of the product and the qualities that customers value in the product, which has taken you to this way of creating the advert. So a little bit worried about your time planning. I think you need to be really strict about. Is it going to be a 30-second advert?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you come to doing a storyboard, really carefully plan the times, because the plot, an auction there's going to be that kind of competition going on in the auction. You need to build that up, and that could take 10 seconds quite easily. So you might have to speed it up, or you might need to find a way of making that fit.
That could work out, and you just cut. You sort of just cut right at the end, and he's already outside. So they even show him going through the door or walking. Just show him walking 1, 2, 3, and then bumps into someone, and then the last 8 seconds or something could be just them having a little talk.
So I think you might need to carefully time that together to work with the plot. Because yes, an auction, just to kind of make it feel like an auction. Have you got a location for that, or are you going to do it here?
I'm going to do it at New College because I feel like, for one, I don't really know where any auction houses are, and 2, you have to get a lot of permission. There'll be a lot of planning, a lot of calling, and I think it'd just be so much easier to do at college somewhere. Especially there's some areas of college that are empty. Say like the theatre hall.
Yeah,
we've got chairs there.
The theatre might be quite a good place. If the seating's staged as well. Or
seating
like
stage, you can definitely have it there.
Yeah. So I would do some recce's of possible places in New College that you can use for that. So the props, the gavel, the block, those types of things, good. The paddles you could probably make, they're almost like table tennis rackets in a lot of them, so just put numbers on.
Get some table tennis rackets.
Yeah. But yeah, something like, just paddles that people would hold the numbers on.
Okay.
You might need some extras.
I was thinking that as well.
Or just sort of create...
The thing is that if it's at New College, I could probably just ask around. Or if it's in lesson, I could probably just say, I need some help with this. And
I think if...
You just stand there. Because it's only 30-second advert, ain't going to be there for like...
No. And you can do the sort of, if you have a tight cluster of people in front of the auctioneer at the front, so you might have 3 or 4 and your main bidder in the middle, and maybe your little...
I could also the bidding thing I could like speed up, so it'd be like one person does that and she does that, and then it goes sold and then it goes straight to
and so you might just have 3 people close together looking through them at the auctioneer, and then another so it seems
all the audience doing that like tennis. That'd be very funny, wouldn't it? Just that.
So you're going to have to think of a clever way of doing that with a smaller number of people. And then obviously consent forms from everybody that's in it.
Yes.
So good. I think we're there. I think you've got 2 of these models as well, the same model. You've got 2 already. So I'm just saying consent forms for all actors and extras, and you've got actors for those roles as well. Or you'll just find people in the class.
I think I'll just sort of find people in the class. I don't really know. The old lady could probably be like a teacher, and the man himself could be either myself or someone else. That I know that can help me.
And a budget. So think of a budget for this. So as I've been saying to most people, a lot of these budgets can easily be a few £1,000s to start with, even a simple one, because you've already spent 2 or 3 days working on this. That would be paid normally. So then you'll be filming, and then there'll be post-production and editing, locations, props, extras, actors. You could easily spend £5,000. So have a budget and detail it, list out where it would all go, so that it's clear that you've thought all of that through. Is that okay?
I think for budgets, I'll just look up like the average for like an extra or an average wages for a day for an actor, and then times it or something. Your actors would just be those 2 days that you listed. But for you, for 2 days
Sam
would be
and Eleanor, is it Eleanor? The 3 of you will be paid normally. So you've still got overheads, you've still got cost, and you're still working. So you want something in for that. So you'd be amazed that £5,000 quite easily. So okay.
So I just have a budget and then
just a detailed budget. That'd be great.
When's this all got to be in by the way?
This is, you're starting to, I'll be briefing you all before you start filming next week. So this should all be done before you start filming, if we are being, professional about it. Saying that, I'm not encouraging it, but I haven't had everybody's work in yet, so I anticipate chasing people up, but I don't want to do too much chasing up, because I want people to be moving on to the next stage.
Do you still need the storyboard and the scripts? And
we will need that for the other part of this assignment. That will need to be done.
But is that done at the end of this? I need like a list.
Yeah, just
things to do
we
to
just
the next lesson.
I'll just get